See, these girls are not stupid, Vinnie. They're pretty smart.
Yeah.
So what they do is they take to these guys and they make them think that they like them, and then they sleep with them. And then they say, I want an apartment. And I want an apartment in that high rise right there. Oh, you're not going to put me up? Then I'm going to tell your wife.
And welcome back to another episode of True Stories from a Real Private Eye. I'm your host, Vinnie Coppola. With me, as always, is Lynn Lambdin, a real private investigator right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate it. We appreciate every week you come back. Thank you so much for doing it. Lynn, what do you got for us this week?
Well, Vinnie, how you doing this week, my friend?
Once again, must I say, it is good to be on the right side of the dirt. No good complaints here, buddy. You know us. We know.
Good to be alive. Good to be alive. Well, Vinnie, you know, I've been promising for a long time that we would reveal some dirt. So, you know, and everybody's been wanting to hear some good dirt on some popular people. So I guess with the demand and all the promises, we'll reveal some dirt.
That's about time. So yeah.
Well, we're not going to mention any names, but
it took 65 episodes, and here we are. We haven't really promised every single episode, but we have been saying, yeah, one of these days I'm gonna start spilling secrets.
Well, we're
not going to name names, though. Are we going to name names?
No. But you might guess who it is.
Okay. Yeah.
If you guess who it is and you send in an email and you guess who it is, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to tell you. We're not going to broadcast it over the podcast because the last thing we need to do is get sued to try to shut us up. And
right.
But the facts speak for themselves. And, you know, if they try to sue us and shut us up, we'll just pull the divorce records.
So what you're saying, Lynn, is if they do come after us and if they do sue us and they say, hey, cease and desist, or we're going to sue you, we're just going to go, okay. Or are we going to go, oh, yeah? Look what we got.
We're going to say, oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep going.
Yeah. Right. No, we're not going to see. Listen, Vinnie, nothing that I tell you is misleading. Everything I tell you is the truth.
Yes. I know that.
If we get sued, which I hope we never do, but if we get sued, we will just pull the facts and say, here's the facts. Now you pay us for our attorney fees and our costs that we have in this case, because you sued us to try to shut us up for telling the truth.
Right.
So back early in my career, when I first got into this PI work back in the mid-90s, there's a law firm downtown on well, they had the high-profile top floors, and they were the two partners in the law firm were both married, but they like to frequent the Pink Pony. And just for the people outside of the you know, the South, and they don't know, the Pink Pony's a strip club. It's a high-end strip club, high dollar, and the girls there are high dollar girls. These are not your low class strip club. These are high dollar girls.
Oh yeah.
Well, both partners love to go to the Pink Pony. That's where they spent most of their time. And they both see, these girls are not stupid, Vinnie. They're pretty smart.
Yeah.
So what they do is they take to these guys and they make them think that they like them, and then they sleep with them. And then they say, well, sleep with me again and again. And then they get pictures, and then they get patterns of them going to lunch together. And they say, well, you know what? I want an apartment. And I want an apartment in that high rise right there. Oh, you're not going to put me up? Then I'm going to tell your wife.
Yeah.
I got pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look what kind of pictures I got.
They're not technically strippers, Lynn. These are business women.
These are business. Yeah, these are business women, Vinnie. They're business women. So these two attorneys got caught with their pants down, so to speak, in a compromising position.
No pun intended.
Well, no pud intended.
No pud intended. Even better.
And they had to put these strippers up in very expensive apartments. So they put them up together because they were friends.
Okay.
So these two high-profile attorneys in Atlanta, very high-profile attorneys.
Probably seen them on TV, huh?
No, these two wasn't TV attorneys.
Oh, okay. They didn't need it.
They didn't need it, but they were very high profile. They were very sought after, very prominent in Atlanta. Okay. Everybody knew who they were. They went out for judgeships. I mean, when I say went out for judgeships, they ran to become judges. You know, you have to get elected to be a judge in Georgia.
Yeah.
They were very high profile. Everybody knew who they were. Everybody sought their counsel. They were very prominent.
Okay.
And these two strippers had them by the short hairs.
Yeah, for sure.
So they, their wives found out.
Oh, no.
That their wives found out. And one of them's wife said,
Did they find out from the dancers? One of the dancers?
I'm not sure how they found out. Okay. Probably some jealous paralegal in the office.
Yeah, most definitely.
What do you mean I don't get a raise? Watch this.
Yeah.
Your husband's sleeping with a stripper.
Yeah, well now they're definitely not getting a raise.
Well, you know, Vinnie, it's so funny. You know, it's so basically what they try to do is they try to pay these strippers or these significant others or whatever you want to call them. They try to pay them through the law firm so that it doesn't come out of their private account.
Right.
Well, somebody at the law firm has to write those checks.
Yeah.
Now they're further compromised.
Yeah.
Because the person who's writing those checks has no loyalty to these people.
Right.
None. So basically, now you have two strippers or two prostitutes or whatever you want to call them, and another probably jealous woman who wants that money.
Yeah.
Why aren't you sleeping with me and giving me that money?
Yeah.
That's going to hold it over your head.
Yeah.
Now you don't only have these two strippers that you have to be, that's blackmailing you. Now you have your person who's writing the check, payroll or whoever, that's saying that you have to walk around, tiptoe around every time you're around them.
Right.
Because if you don't, they can go say, well, I'm just going to tell your wife that I'm paying for these strippers' apartments.
Yeah.
Because that they know, well, why am I writing a check to this expensive apartment every month?
Yeah.
And why am I paying for the electricity, the gas, the trash? Why am I paying for everything? Because they were paying for everything for these girls.
Yeah.
This went on for like 18 months before they got caught.
Yeah. Wow.
And we're talking back in the 90s. We're talking, this was a $2,500 a month apartment.
$2,500 a month. Wow. In the 90s.
In the 90s. We're talking about top floor.
Yeah.
I mean, penthouse apartment.
Yeah.
So the wives found out. So one wife found out and told the other wife. And when she told, so one wife said, we're getting a divorce. I'm taking you for everything you're worth.
Yeah.
And the other wife said, I'm not divorcing you. I'm not giving up the money.
Yeah.
Said you're not going to sleep with her anymore, and I'm putting a tight rope on you. But
Yeah.
I'm not. You're not. I'm keeping this money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were making millions, Vinny.
Yeah, I bet.
And this woman said, I'll keep your cheating ass to keep the money.
Yeah.
And the other one said, nah, I'm not putting up with that. I'm going to divorce you and take you for all you're worth.
Yeah, and get half.
Well, get half of what they own, but the problem is you get half of what they own, and you get alimony for a little while.
Yeah.
But that wasn't good enough for wife number two.
Yeah.
Wife number two wanted the money for the rest of her life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, she didn't want the money for another 2 years and then it go away.
Yeah.
She wanted her future taken care of.
Yeah, and you want to know something in that situation where she decides to stay, and listen, you're not sleeping with that woman anymore, and we're not getting a divorce. You know, that dude can't say shit to her for the rest of his life.
No.
I mean, she just cut his balls off right there.
Yeah.
And I say more power to her. Holy cow.
And they had kids. Both.
She's got every ounce of power. He's got none of it. And you know what? He doesn't deserve any of it. That's what I think. He cheated on her. He cheated on her, cheated on her kids. And that was the smart play, in my opinion. This guy can't say shit to her, and she still lives like she lives.
Yeah. So the first ones got a divorce, went through a nasty divorce. Nasty divorce. Yeah. And the wife took him, took him to the cleaners.
Yeah.
And but he recovered. He has a very successful law firm. It destroyed his judgeship. I mean, he had to pull out of running for judge and all that, so he didn't make judgeship, which going to become a judge was a cut and pay for him.
Yeah.
But he still kept he had his law practice. He was making, millions in his law practice. And but he lost his wife and his stripper. But he could go back to the Pink Pony and get another stripper anytime.
For sure.
I mean, they're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
And
when you got millions.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other one, the last I knew was still married, and I went to a party, Christmas party, and the one that stayed married was at the party, and oh yes, and he was like he acted like his balls had been cut off.
This episode is brought to you by Simple Funding LLC. For all of your pre-settlement funding needs, contact Simple Funding LLC to receive your money promptly. They're a customer-centric legal funding company that provides exceptional funding solutions at affordable rates. Simple Funding covers a diverse range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, worker compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and more. They recognize that life goes on and you need to access your funds immediately, which is why they offer clients a swift and efficient process with minimal documentation requirements. For more information, visit simplefundingllc.com or contact them directly at 678-855-6232.
He was very quiet, wasn't mingling with any of the females, stayed in the corner talking to the guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a cut man, Vinny.
Yeah,
she cut him. She cut it off.
All right. And dude, and he's got to talk to these guys, and they probably know the whole story. And
yeah.
You say, well, how's your hell, Bob? Just smile, raise your glass. Just let's act like we're having fun.
Yeah. How is your hell? Yeah. And these were very, very prominent attorneys for a long time in Atlanta. Yeah. And I don't mean just a flash in the pan, Vinny. I mean, these guys were in their late 30s at the time.
Top dogs in the field.
Top dogs in the field. They had
defense attorneys, right?
They did personal injury. and they did criminal defense, and they were just top dogs in and especially in the personal injury. They were making millions in the personal injury arena.
Okay.
And they were just, I mean, they were just tearing it up. I mean, just, and they did for many years afterwards. And I haven't really heard much from them lately. They're probably still making millions. If they're even still practicing, they may be retired by now, because they were in their late 30s at the time, and that was in the 90s. So they may have retired by now.
Right.
You know, so, but for 2 or 3 years, the one that went through a divorce, for about 2 or 3 years, he went through hell, because that divorce went on for a long time. He fought hard to keep from giving her anything.
Yeah.
And,
well, under what grounds did he think that he could keep it from her?
Listen, Vinny, the very first thing an attorney thinks when he passes the bar is the law doesn't apply to him, but he thinks he can beat the law.
No, is that right?
Every attorney thinks that he can beat the law, or she thinks that they can beat the law once they become I'm a lawyer. I know the law. I can beat the law. That's the first thing that all attorneys think.
Huh. Interesting.
And I'll be honest with you, Vinny. After working in the field that I've worked in for 30 years, I have found that attorneys, when they first come out of law school and pass the bar, you've heard the old saying that the smarter you are, you know that you're dumb. You know that you don't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the dumber you are, you think you know everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, when attorneys pass the bar, come out of law school and pass the bar, 99% of them think they know everything.
Yeah, I bet.
Let's say 90% of them come out of law school and think they know everything.
Yeah, well, I hear it's a very tough test, so I bet once you pass it, you kind of feel like the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Vinny. Well, I'm an A&P mechanic.
Yeah.
I work on airplanes. I don't work on them, but I mean, I went to school and I took 4 very tough tests to become to pass to get my license to be an A&P mechanic.
Yeah.
And look at it this way. When a lawyer loses a murder trial and his client goes to death row, one person dies.
Right.
When I screw up working on an airplane, 400 people die?
Yep. Very possibly. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So you have to take a test when you become an A&P mechanic. You have to take an A test, which is airframe, a power plant, and a general, and then you have to take a practical. Mm-hmm. My practical was 8 hours long.
The test?
The test. My practical test was 8 hours long.
Wow.
I sat with an FAA examiner for 8 hours, and it took 8 hours for me to take my practical. Yeah. So, and when I come out of that exam, the first thing I said?
What?
Damn, I'm dumber than I thought I was. because I realized that I had no idea. Right. I realized that there was so much that I didn't know.
Yeah.
I realized, and when an attorney takes that bar exam, he should realize that there's a lot he doesn't know.
Yeah. He
shouldn't come out thinking, well, I know the law, I'm going to beat the law.
Yeah.
That
explains a lot. That explains a lot, that thinking on why they act the way they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the very first thing that, I mean, Vinny, I work, I get in with these law firms, and these law firms will, especially big law firms, they will hire new attorneys because they don't have to pay them as much.
Yeah.
And something as simple, you would think that this would be very simple. So certain courts will say, okay, they have certain procedures. It has nothing to do with law. Nothing to do with law. But say, One court will say, when you file a lawsuit, the summons has to be on blue paper. That's just their rule.
Yeah.
Another court says it has to be on goldenrod, which is a yellow color.
Right.
So I try to tell these attorneys, I go to pick up, not anymore, but back before electronic filing came along, I would say, I can't file this lawsuit. And they say, why not? And I say, well, the summons is not on blue paper. What do you mean it's not on? What's that got to do with anything? Well, the court requires the summons to be on blue paper. You don't know what you're talking about. That has nothing to do with the law. Take that and file it. Okay, I'm going to take it down there, and they're going to reject it, and you're going to pay me to go back. So you're going to pay me twice to file this lawsuit.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So I would go to the court.
Yeah.
And I would get a copy. They wouldn't file the lawsuit, and I would get a copy of their procedures.
Yeah.
That says that this is how it's got to be filed, and it's got to be on this color paper, and I'd hand it to them. Mm-hmm. And so, why didn't you just put it on that color paper? I'm not sure. I'm not.
Your secretary. Yeah.
Well, first of all, the summons has to be filled out and signed in your hand, not mine.
Yeah.
I can't sign it for you. It has to be signed in your hand.
Yeah.
By the attorney. So fill it out, sign it, and I'll take it back.
Yeah.
I told you, now you're going to pay me twice.
Yeah.
I mean, just small things like that. Why couldn't you listen to me in the beginning?
Right.
And put it on the correct color paper because you think you know more than me. See, I don't have a bar license, so you're not going to listen to me.
Yeah.
Even though I have 20 years of experience, you've never been to this court in your life, ever. I've been to this court 10,000 times, know everybody in the court by name, know their procedures inside and out, and you won't listen to me.
Yeah.
Because you have a bar license.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like them. That sounds like these guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Vinnie, you would be shocked at how many times that I've had to go through this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I don't have to do it anymore because we got electronic filing, and so now they just file it from their computer, and it's much easier. But even like when I'm doing PI work or when I'm trying to serve papers for somebody, I don't serve papers much anymore because I'm very expensive. Because it takes a lot to get me off the couch to go serve papers. But I do still get calls, and people's willing to pay my prices when they can't get somebody served, and it's a very tough serve because I've become known in the industry that I can get people served that nobody else can get served. Mm-hmm. And they'll call me up, and then they'll try to tell me how to do the service.
Yeah.
So I'll say to them, I'll say, so let me get this right. You call me because you've called 10 other process servers that couldn't get these papers served. And now you want to tell me how to do my job?
Yeah.
Why'd you call me?
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you go do it?
If
you know how, yeah.
Exactly. You know more about this than I do. Why don't you go do it?
Yeah.
Then leave me alone.
Yeah.
If you want me to go do it, leave me alone, and I'll go get this paper served for you.
Yeah. Call you tomorrow.
just leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just don't bother me. Just leave me alone.
Yeah. I love
it.
And
it's that cocky arrogance that gets them in trouble. And that's why they think that they can go get their strippers, and
that's why this lawyer thought that he could beat the system and not pay this woman anything, even though he cheated on her.
Exactly. But guess what? It didn't work for him.
Of course not.
Yeah. And you know what else? One of the sayings in the industry is you never represent yourself.
Oh, don't tell me that's what he did.
He started out trying to represent himself, but then he realized that he shouldn't, and he hired a divorce attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you're area of practice is car accidents or criminal defense, go hire an attorney that specializes in divorce.
Yeah.
That's like hiring a proctologist to do brain surgery.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a few people that would work for because their brain's in their ass, but but in most cases that just doesn't work.
Right. I mean, they've been doing it a while. They understand the lingo. They understand the procedures. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if I've ever said this on here before or not, but I had a case years ago where this was a car accident, and I don't remember exactly what the law was, but we interpreted the law one way, the defense interpreted the law a different way, and so we said, well, we'll just subpoena the lawmaker that wrote the law. And the judge interpreted it a third way. So we subpoenaed the lawmaker. So what happened was this guy, he did 2 terms as a lawmaker, and then he just says, I can't take this crap anymore. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever tried to do in my life. So we subpoenaed the guy who wrote the law. He come into court and he testified to the meaning of the law. And guess which one of us had the law right?
You guys.
None of us.
Oh, none of you.
None of us interpreted the law right, including the judge.
Holy cow.
But we were the closest.
Okay.
But we still didn't have it right.
Oh, boy.
So we subpoenaed him to court. He come in and he goes, when I wrote the law, this was the intent behind the law. This is what we meant when we wrote this law.
Oh, okay.
And we were closest, but nobody had it right. Nobody had it right.
Well, no wonder this guy quit, man. He's writing vague laws that need interpretations by 13 people. I mean,
no, Vinnie, the law was pretty straightforward. Yeah. Everybody was trying to interpret to fit their need.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's all it was. And everybody knew what the law was. We just had to, and it was kind of a new law, and it had never been challenged in court before. And we just had to get it laid down what the law really meant.
This episode is brought to you by the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, voted the best law firm by the American Institute of Trial Lawyers. When life hits you hard with a serious injury, don't let insurance companies hit you harder with lowball offers and endless runaround. You deserve justice. You deserve compensation. You deserve to win. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates have a high-powered legal team with a nationwide reach and the highest rating on the National Attorney Rating Service. Trial Magazine calls them one of the most influential law firms in America. They win big. Big results at trial court, appeals court, the state Supreme Court, and are recognized as award-winning litigators of the year. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates handle everything so you can heal. Don't face this battle alone. The aftermath of an accident is traumatic enough. Medical bills pile up, pain overwhelms, emotions run high, and that's where they step in to shoulder the legal fight while you focus on what truly matters, your recovery. They are the first law firm to offer a bigger settlement guarantee. If they can't beat the amount of your current settlement with a bigger settlement offer, your legal fees are free. Ready to win your case? Find out in one phone call if you have a case and how much your case is really worth. Call the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates today at 1-888-477-0597 or visit them online at becauseyouwanttowin.com.
That's quite an impressive move, really. Let's get the guy who wrote the law in here.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you're challenging it. Okay, you want to challenge it? Let's get the guy in. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just have to, you have to think outside the box and you have to go all the way.
That's way out the box, man. I've never, ever even heard of that. Let's get the guy that wrote the law and let's let him tell us what's what.
Listen, I work for a divorce attorney. He's passed away now, but I work for a divorce attorney who taught me to think so far out of the box that we used to just in divorce cases, and early in my career, Vinny, we just tear people up because we had a case once, a divorce case, where we won a case because the other party presented a affidavit that was notarized, and the notary was 2 days out of date. So the notary expired 2 days, and they stamped it.
Their commission expired.
Their commission expired 2 days prior. Their commission expired on the 14th, and they signed it on the 16th.
Okay, and
well, the affidavit was no good.
Yeah, the affidavit's no good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the law.
That's the law.
Yeah,
because it's not notarized.
Right. Right.
Because you didn't have it notarized by a valid notary.
Pretty clever.
The first thing that this attorney taught me is he said, investigate everybody.
Yeah.
Investigate the judge, investigate the attorneys, investigate everybody, the notaries, investigate everybody.
Yeah.
So the first thing I do when I start a case is I check every notary.
Yeah.
Every notary. And if it's a really important case, I will go see if the notaries have criminal histories since they got their commission.
Right.
And then we'll tear them up on that.
Yeah. Hey man, do you think it was an oversight, or do you think
it was just an oversight?
Yeah. Costly one.
But when you get them in court,
yeah.
Oh, we knew 2 weeks, 3 weeks before we went into court, a month.
Yeah.
We knew that affidavit hadn't been notarized properly.
Right.
But we didn't tell them.
Of course not.
We waited until we got into court.
Yeah.
And we presented it in court.
Yeah.
And I subpoenaed the notary, and the notary had no idea why we subpoenaed them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when we put them and challenged that affidavit, and we asked the notary why that they would notarize it in their stamp. Well, I was getting a new stamp and it just hadn't come in yet. Well, this is no good, and the judge agreed with us. This is not notarized. So therefore,
I mean, that's the law. That's
the law.
That's the law. Sorry, that's like, oh yeah, he's guilty, but you neglected to read his rights, or show the warrant before you searched his house. He can go. Yeah. That's the law.
That's the law.
And sometimes it results in some messed up stuff, but it's there for a reason.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah.
So without that affidavit, they didn't have time to call that person because they were depending on that affidavit.
Yeah.
And they didn't have time to call the person who wrote the affidavit in.
Yeah.
They didn't have time to subpoena them, and we won the case because that affidavit was gone.
See, I don't know, man. I kind of dig stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the law. I just wish it always worked the right way.
Yeah. Well, so we didn't call them in on day one and show that the case. We didn't call them in on the very first morning and say, "Hey, your affidavit is no good."
Oh, of course not. No, tactics.
That was the very last thing that we brought in before closing arguments.
Right. Yeah.
That way, you don't give them time. Then they can't say, "Well, Your Honor, I need time to call them in as a witness." Well, the judge says, "Well, it's too late for that."
Right.
You should have checked this. You had time. You should have known that your notary was out of date.
Yeah.
You should have known that.
Right.
You shouldn't have let somebody whose notary was out of date notarize this.
See, the lawyer that made you investigate everything, he probably lost a case on something like that.
The lawyer,
yeah,
Vinnie,
so simple. And he goes, "This will never happen again."
Vinnie, he may have, but he was such an anal a-hole.
Yeah.
he was such a prick that I hated dealing with him.
Yeah.
But he made me a better person.
Yeah.
He made me a better investigator because he was such an anal, he was just so anal about everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never worked with an attorney so anal in my life.
Right.
I mean, there was no rock that he did not kick over. He looked in under everything.
Yeah.
And you can say to him, well, we've turned that rock over 3 times. He goes, but it has 4 sides. Okay. And then you turned it over that 4th time and you went, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So he really not only helped me be a better investigator, he gave me OCD.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Because now I look at things 10 times.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I've read this same document 10 times. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? And I'll even take things to Chrissy, to my wife, and I'll say, read this and tell me what I'm missing.
Good.
And sometimes she'll find it and she'll say, did you see this? Oh no, I missed that.
Yeah.
Maybe I've been staring at it too long.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll stare at something so long and I'll lay it down and I'll come back the next day and pick it up and go, oh, I see this in a different perspective now. Because you can only stare at something so long before it's blurry.
Right.
But he made me a better investigator. He really did, just by making me do these things monotonous all the time. But he did get me arrested a couple times too. So
So it all balances out. Yeah, very nice.
Well, but I will tell you, every time he got me arrested, he was there for me. So.
Oh. Okay.
And I'll tell you this. Remember the crazy lady with me and Ken Krause?
Oh yeah, Black Widow. Yeah,
Black Widow. He was the divorce attorney on that case.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he was the divorce attorney on that case. I actually got arrested on that case. Well, we didn't actually get arrested on that case, but there were federal charges brought against us on that case, and he represented us. He represented me and Ken on that case. So, and he got all charges dropped. But listen to Black Widow. The whole story's there.
Yeah. Listen to the Black Widow episode. That was our 7th episode, Lynn. The Black Widow episode. A great episode. You're not going to believe what this woman did and what she got away with, and what she put Lynn and our old pal Ken Krause through.
Great episode.
Great episode. I'll put a link to that in the description.
Yeah.
Check it out.
But anyway, Vinnie, back to this divorce case. But this attorney, he, from my understanding, I wasn't involved in his divorce case, but I knew people that were very close to him. And from my understanding, he got taken to the cleaners.
Oh, no.
His wife walked away with most everything and half of his practice.
Oh, wow.
But she didn't actually get half of his practice, but she got alimony for
might as well have gotten half his practice.
Might as well have got half practice. She got alimony for like 3 years or something, 4 years.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
That's what you get for fucking around, man. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Yeah. And the last I heard, 4 or 5 years ago, the other two were still married.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Holy cow.
Yep. Well, that was the last I heard. Now, I don't know. It had probably been longer than 3 or 4 years ago. Probably been 7 or 8 years ago. But the last I heard, they were still married.
Well, these are real people, ladies and gentlemen. If you you can guess who they are, just send us an email. You can send us an email at realprivateeyestories@gmail.com. And if you guess correctly, we'll let you know. But these are real people.
And I will tell you, I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a hint.
Uh-oh.
They were.
Don't get us in trouble then.
Their office was a high rise in Atlanta. Let's see, in Midtown Atlanta.
Midtown
And
Atlanta.
they're high. They was in a high rise on the top floor in Midtown Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There it is. Challenge issued right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good. And yeah, definitely check out Black Widow if you haven't already. It's a great episode. When I first heard this story, I thought this is another movie that needs to be made. This is a Hollywood story, definitely a Hollywood story. And maybe you and I will write it, Lynn.
Yeah, we'll write it, Vinny. We'll have to write it. It's an amazing story because you can't. This is Black Widow. Your mind cannot make up the crap that happened in that story. You just can't make it up.
Pulled off, yeah. The stuff that she pulled off, yeah.
Yeah, you can't. You can't make it up. And we did Black Widow, and then we had Ken on
to comment on it, yeah,
and to verify some of the things, and verified all of the facts, and come on and talked about the facts of the case. So it's crazy. Yeah. It's a crazy case. It's just you just can't make this. You can't make it up.
It's basically a two-parter. Listen to Black Widow and then listen to the first episode where we have Ken Krause on for the very first time to verify all the stuff that we talked about in K7. Anyway,
and I'll be honest with you, my mind can't make that up. I'm not capable of making stuff like that up.
Yeah, no. These are all true stories. They know these are all true stories, recounted from real life. Yeah, and holy cow, do we thank you guys for being here. Hey, if you like stand-up comedy, you like goofball videos, you need a laugh, go check me out online. My website is vinnie.com. That's www.vinnie.com. All the links to all my social media are there. Give me a follow. If you need a private investigator, need to serve someone papers, you're looking for someone, need to surveil someone, Lynn Lambdin is the best. Ladies and gentlemen, tell them your website.
www.lwias.com.
And if you haven't yet, give us a follow or subscribe to the podcast. We would so appreciate it. Leave us a comment or a review, good or bad. We'd love to hear from you. And if you guess those guys, send us an email, RealPrivateEyeStories@gmail.com. Thank you, Simple Funding and the Accident Attorneys of Monge & Associates for once again sponsoring this episode. We'll see you next week.